seeing all these destroyed structures makes me think of my fence at home. I know it's kind of weird. So I
Is
just
it
got
destroyed?
no, but I don't know. It's just like I went through a whole lot, not a whole lot, but I had to get a guy. So we okay, our fence. For those of you listening at home, imagine you're looking top down at somebody's house. My house is kind of square shaped, and so the fence for my house was really at the back of the house on both corners, if you will, and it lines up with both neighbors on both sides. But in order to get some windows behind the fence, I wanted to move it forward on the one side of my house. Now we live in a place where you can't just kind of go rogue and do whatever you want with your external structures. You have to get approvals, and there's requirements. You got to pull permits, and plus I didn't want to have to deal with buying and installing and doing the permits. So I hired a guy to take care of it, and he does it professionally. Came highly recommended. Super nice dude. I'm not sure if he would want me telling about his business on YouTube, so I won't say the name. But super awesome guy. Came out, looked at the house, told him what I wanted, told me what had to happen. And so it's just one of those things where you have to wait for the permit to get pulled, the products to be delivered, and then the crew comes out and they do everything. So just a couple days ago, they came out. Basically, all I wanted was the fence to come forward about 20-ish feet or so. So that way, a whole extra window is now behind the fence for myself and for the neighbor. And they did that. They absolutely did that. They did it quick. They're super nice about it. But in the process of doing it, they unfortunately hit some PVC pipes, one on my side and one on the neighbor's side. Now, they had the survey for the house, but those don't always have like PVCs and stuff for sprinkler systems, and plus my house is 20 something years old. The sprinkler system may have been redone once or twice even before I owned the house. So there's probably old PVC pipes down there that aren't being used anymore that are otherwise covered by dirt and soil, so who cares? So I actually appreciate that when they hit the pipes, number one, no water came out of either of them. So it wasn't like some emergency occurred. And instead of just assuming that they were not in use, they actually went ahead and left the hole open because they had to dig out the old fence to bring it forward. That's why this even happened. They had to dig out the ground from where the old part of the fence was. Otherwise, they're not just randomly shoving a shovel into the ground for no reason. Like, hey, let's see if we can find some pipes. Like nothing like
Yeah.
that. They just had to dig up the old section so that they could flatten it out. And so I appreciate that I mean, they didn't intend to do it, but there wasn't really any immediate damage, no water coming out, nothing's getting destroyed. And so instead of trying to just cover it up like nothing happened, they left it open so that way the boss man, the guy that I hired to do it, could decide what to do and contact us. And so he lets me know like, hey, we hit a pipe on both sides that's dry, so it's probably not in use, but then again, you guys haven't been running your sprinklers much recently, probably, given the time of year that this is happening. And so and then he said, but look, if the fix is super easy, I can come out if you want. If you don't think it's a big deal, I can come out and just cover it up, or you can do it, whatever you want. He basically was giving me the option, and so we figured, hey, just to be kind of well covered. I don't want any problems later. I'll have him come out and cover it up. But so, unfortunately, there's two holes back there right now, one on my side and one on the neighbor's side. And the guy will come. I mean, it's a super easy fix. I do it myself, but I don't have the parts. And plus, he wants to make it right. So, but yeah. But I got my fence moved forward. I'm super happy now.
Woo-hoo.